Okay, here's an Alex problem. Calculate the number of oxygen atoms in a 60.0 gram sample of scheelite, which is CaWO4, and make sure we have the right number of sig figs, which in this case will be 3. So how would I set up this problem? Well, I know that I need to calculate the molar mass of scheelite. So if I use my periodic table and calculate that, I know that there are 287.9 grams of scheelite in 1 mole of scheelite. So I have that as a conversion factor that I can use. When I see something that says calculate the number of oxygen atoms in this sample, then I know I'm going to have to also use Avogadro's number, which tells me that there are 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd anything in 1 mole of anything. It's this number of atoms, or in this case we're looking for atoms, so there's 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms in 1 mole. Okay, so let's see if we can use these conversion factors. Again, I write down the conversion factors that I know, and I'm going to start here. So I know that there are 60.0 grams of scheelite in this sample. Okay, and so I just let my units guide me. I know that there are 287.9 grams in 1 mole of the scheelite. Okay, I'm just going to invert this and flip that. So now I can keep going. My grams of scheelite will cancel out. I inverted that particular conversion factor. And now here is the trick of this problem. I know that in 1 mole of scheelite there are 1 mole of calcium, 1 mole of tungsten, and 4 moles of oxygen. Right, so I have a conversion factor just built in to this molecular equation, this molecular formula. And so I know that in 1 mole of the scheelite there are 4 moles of oxygen. Okay, so that's one of the tricks of getting this problem right, is to realize that you have these conversion factors built in to this molecular formula for scheelite. Okay, I don't want moles of oxygen, I want the number of oxygen atoms. So now I can use my Avogadro's number to say that for every 1 mole of oxygen, there are 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. That's what Avogadro's definition is. Okay, so now let's make sure my units cancel out. My moles of calcium of scheelite cancel out. My moles of oxygen will cancel out. Each one of these is a true statement. Okay, so now I can just put that into my calculator, and when I do that, I get, with the right number of sig figs, 5.02 times 10 to the 23rd oxygen atoms. This should be your answer. So again, my trick here, write down the conversion factors that I know. Recognize that there are conversion factors built into the molecular equation, the molecular formula. And with that, I can construct this math here, making sure my units cancel, and this should give you the right answer.